All right, everybody, we're back.
We are.
This is Drake.
And Bone.
This is Two Hoodies, Three Cats. So we're going back to Liliac, and we're going to do The Trooper. It's an Iron Maiden cover. But before we start, for all of you that reacted to our first Liliac, the Holy Diver deal.
Don't have a Liliac, dude.
So I didn't know that they were actually from California. And the interesting story, it was a bunch of people commented that the kids are from California. They now live in Cumming, Georgia, and that the parents are from Romania, and the dad was born very close to the Transylvania Castle.
So is Romania in Europe?
Yes. So they are first generation Americans of European descent. So somebody mentioned if I had done a little bit of research, I probably would have figured it out. And I didn't really know that much other than just some cover music I've heard. I've gone back and done some more research now, and they did a bunch of live stuff on Santa Monica Pier. Then they were done. They're touring right now. They're going to be in this state on tour in Austin and Houston at the end of March, I think it is.
Really?
Yeah, two tour, one in Houston, one in Austin. But anyway, so as you guys that watch us on a regular basis know that I'm the Iron Maiden Dio guy, and he's not. And that's no slight on Bone. Everybody has what they like and what they don't like. Or I don't even know if it's don't like, just wasn't interested in it at the time.
No,
because
I mean,
of the style.
I tried to like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, stuff like that. The album covers were amazing. At one time, I think I bought 4 or 5 Iron Maiden albums at one time and just sat and listened to all of them. It just didn't appear to me.
And it dawned on me from the last video we did with Liliac, and I hope we're saying it right, Liliac, that the Holy Diver song and a conversation we had later, had you ever actually listened to that song all the way through?
I couldn't say that I've heard the whole... I have no conscious memory of sitting and listening to a whole Dio song.
Wow. Then we're going to fix that.
I mean, maybe a couple of Black Sabbath Dio songs, but...
Have you ever heard...
There's just something about him.
Have you heard The Trooper all the way through by Iron Maiden?
Yes, most assuredly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because I listened to the first 5, 6 albums completely.
All right.
I wanted to really... Because, man, the album covers and the song titles and the lyrics are so interesting.
Okay.
And they're obviously talented.
I just wanted to make sure that at least you knew the song before we react to a cover of it. So, this is where I told you in the other one where the singer is playing bass and singing, and the little brother that's playing bass is playing co-lead guitar. Because Iron Maiden, in the beginning, you had Dave Murray and Adrian Smith, and the two of them would play the rhythm and all that stuff together. But then when it came time for a solo, they would almost play in conjunction, but they weren't playing the same solo. They had different stuff that were.
So,
playing.
Are we allowed to be impressed before we hear it?
I'm already impressed, but yes, we're allowed to be impressed. This band, everything I've seen so far, I mean, I know the last time I didn't prepare you real well, and they had like the costuming and all. So they are taking everything they're doing very seriously. They have multiple albums out. They're doing touring, and they just have their stage show is the way it is. They're not always wearing all the costume stuff like in the Holy Diver where they were like ducked out in that. And that was like a special video deal where they did it in front of that church with the cost.
Right. It's just sometimes people do parody, and they do a serious parody, even though it's still parody.
Right. I think it's after you watch a couple more of their videos, you're going to see that that's just the way that they are them, and that they're not acting. They're just being them. And I would say that part of it's like what we talked about, part of that European feel for music, but they're from California, but they're also taking what they like out of all these bands. And like what somebody mentioned, Melody, the lead singer, she is a huge Ryan James Dio fan. And if you were into Dio, you wouldn't have to be told that.
Right.
Because she is just embodies, and for me, it's just fantastic. I love it. So we're going to get into this. This is The Trooper by Iron Maiden. So Iron Maiden's The Trooper, covered by Liliac. And if it's your first time here, please like, comment, and subscribe. And on top of that, thanks for being here. And Liliac family, if you were watching, or any of the fans of them, if you watch this, let us know. We've gotten a couple ideas. and some original tracks she wants to check out. And there's a couple that I'm really interested in doing, but I want to play and do some of the covers. Like I want to do this. I want to do the Megadeth one, maybe one or two of the Metallica ones.
Yeah, just to get an idea of what their range is.
Yeah, and then go into their original stuff.
Right.
Here we go. So I did a reaction to a the hair all up.
Yeah.
I did a reaction to a guy. His name is AI Alien Overlord, I think is the name of the channel, and he was doing AI generated deal to Iron Maiden the Trooper. He's got a bunch of other Iron Maiden tracks. I went in and I asked him. I sent him a message like, "Hey, I have a reaction channel. Can I react to some of your AI generated video work for these songs?" He's like, "Please do." That's all I tell you. So I did the Trooper. The AI stuff was really cool, but I had made a comment on there that I thought the song was based on like just some fictitious Russian English war, and I was like, and I'm a history buff, but I only go back so far, or modern war, and then go way back, and there's a bunch of in between that I'm kind of down on. Come to find out, somebody mentioned after that this was actually a song about an actual battle between the Russians and the English in Crimea, near Ukraine. An actual battle that took place, and it retells part of this battle. I was like, so I just kind of, because a lot of Iron Maiden's music is based on actual historical events.
Yeah. I think that was part of the appeal for this kind of music back then.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing like that. I mean,
but
you're going to read an encyclopedia. How fun is that? Good look. I mean, even their covers were amazing.
Yeah. And here, these.
I'll tell you what. Her voice, the rasp, she has just the right amount. I mean, I don't know how to compare it to the singer of Iron Maiden, but
she has a nice voice. A little raspier, a little more grindier voice.
Yeah, but she controls it well, especially for so young.
I watched she has a cover of Joan Jett. They do a cover of "I Hate Myself for Loving You," and they've got a lot of different stuff that they fit into, and I haven't found anything that I don't like.
It's some of this posing that they're doing. It just reminds me of people that from back in the day. That's why I asked if they were being serious, because it's like I know people that. I think it's a little different when you're looking back at it.
Right, because
when you're in it. It's
we were in it, these bands were doing it, and there were other bands coming up that were just playing those songs so they could get into play it a cover.
Or just your friends
up for a
band, like that
or,
around a keg or something.
Yeah. So, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But, these guys, they're uber talented. I've been nothing but impressed
Yeah,
by
the fact that he played and sang at the same time is very impressive.
Yeah.
It's fall, we are the bodies that lay on the ground, and the rust is bottom of the ground. We get so near yet so far away, we won't live to fight another day.
What?
Imagine being able to sit there and 6 years old, probably not playing video games. It's like everybody in the house knows how to play an instrument. Hey, show me how to play that solo again. Oh, man, I got it. He got it. Everybody's in the house. They're all throwing popcorn at each other. He got the solo.
And he plays it, and then the other brother comes in and plays the other song.
Yeah.
Well, first time I saw that, I was like, he was playing bass last time I watched the video, and he just picks up this guitar like it's nobody's business.
Yeah.
So I backed it up so you can see it again.
Is that a code 100?
I don't know.
Head right back there.
It might be. I don't know. I know somebody that's played guitar for as many years as I've known him, and even longer than that has trouble soloing on his own stuff. And this kid's what, maybe 12?
12.
Maybe 12?
Yeah. 12, 13.
Yeah.
We got 9 over here, 8 or 9.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So we got a little coffin case over there next to the other.
Oh, yeah. He probably comes out of it. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
We get so close, near enough to fight. When the rush it gets me inside, he pulls a trigger and I feel the blow. Help us around, see my horse below. And as I lean gazing at the sky, my body's numb and my throat is dry. And as I live forgotten and alone, without a tear I draw my plunging road.
So, an interesting thing about this track is that song, it talks about a historical event, and it also, the way it ends with the guy that's experiencing the battle, and he sees the bullets flying by, and he's riding on his horse and all this, and then he gets shot, and then his horse gets shot, and he's on the ground, and he's laying up on the ground, and he's dying, and he's sitting there, and you realize that it's not all, war is not at all what everybody, like, they
Right.
make it out to be like
No
it's some
honor.
gloriously fun thing, and the reality is it's hell, and there's nothing great and nothing awesome about it, and it should be avoided at all cost.
Right.
But yeah. But for what these guys are doing, that's pretty amazing.
So, how close are those solos to the real?
They're pretty freaking close. They're like almost right on. Like I tell you that sounds pretty close to dead on.
I'll tell you that the writing style is unusual. I'm just trying to analyze Iron Maiden, not necessarily. I mean,
I get impressive.
That. I mean, I could probably play for another 50 years and not do what they're doing. So, hats off to them.
Yeah. We mentioned in the first video we did that you have five brothers and sisters that all decided to play, like they decided to be in a band, do a band together, and they're all playing the same kind of music. That's pretty cool. That is pretty tight. So if you can fill any other info about these guys that we missed, or if you got any cool tidbits about it, the stuff about the dad being from born near Transylvania, near the Transylvania Castle, that was pretty interesting. Any other info you guys can throw in, it'd be great.
I just want to say that amp head right there, the Marshall. I believe that's a Marshall Code 100. That's a pretty nice amp. I have the head, and I have the cabinet for that. You can get pretty much any Marshall sound out of that head. It's a pretty great sounding head. I mean, it's amp modeling, but
well, they are definitely not low on equipment.
Right, she's got a little white coffin behind her too. I wonder what goes in that. She's just gonna collapse into the coffin after that.
But yeah. So what else you got on these guys so far?
I think that's it. I think check out some more of their stuff and see where they're doing. Find out if any of the other ones sing. You know, someone was like you said, someone was giving us a hard time for not doing research. It's kind of like stumbling into this stuff and learning about it as we go, because it's like, man, it's so much more interesting when you tell us about it as opposed to when I have to go look it up, because now I got context. You got 16 people backing you up. It just works so much better.
That's true. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We love all of you. Comment, like, hit that subscribe button. And we're going to start doing some lives.
All right, we're going to close the coffin on this video.
But we're getting out. Holla!
Holla!